Hey guys, it's Anthony Bandiero here, attorney and senior legal instructor, bringing the Roadside Chat. This broadcast is coming from North Las Vegas, teaching here, great agency teaching search and seizure. But let's get down to the question. So, as I've been teaching around the country, I still find that a lot of people are maybe either misinterpreting or a little confused about this Rodriquez case. So let's kind of go back in time. Rodriquez is that Supreme Court case that held that you may not extend a traffic stop beyond the traffic stop's mission to basically pursue other, other investigations. So for example, a classic example is you have a pretext. You think that a person's involved in some other criminal activity, guns, drugs, stolen property, but you need a reason to stop them. So you stop them for, let's say, a taillight violation or a moving violation. Well, if that's the reason why you're going to stop the person, you do not get a free drug, gun, stolen property investigation with every taillight violation. You have to, the Supreme Court says you got to stay on mission. And that just makes sense, right? Because that is a detention under the Fourth Amendment, and you must be diligent in your investigation. If you're going to choose to stop somebody for a taillight violation, that is your mission. Now, sometimes people think that Rodriquez also stands for the proposition that no matter what kind of happens during that traffic stop, you don't get any extra time to pursue investigations, even with reasonable suspicion. So for example, whether you have a pretext or not, you stop a person for speeding. And during that speeding investigation, you also see other indicators of criminal activity. Travel plans don't add up, one-way rental cars, criminal history, recent border crossings, the list goes on and on. And so you say to yourself, hey, I have reasonable suspicion for criminal activity, right? Specifically, for narcotics. Can you extend that traffic stop in order to get a K9 on scene to then deploy around the car and see if it alerts? And the answer is absolutely yes, without any doubt. Because Rodriquez only answers one question, which is going off mission during a routine traffic stop, or better yet, detaining people for longer than necessary or reasonable for the reason for the stop. Rodriquez is not a case that stands for the proposition that you cannot extend a traffic stop with reasonable suspicion. In fact, in Rodriquez, the last line in that case is remanding or sending back that case back to the lower court, the Eighth Circuit, to ask them, hey, your officer went off mission. He basically detained this guy for 7 minutes with no reasonable suspicion. However, did he have reasonable suspicion, right? Look at it. Maybe your officer did have reasonable suspicion and that detention would have been lawful. Now, I bring up some cases. I'm kind of looking at my computer here, and this is from a legal document that I use, Westlaw. And I'm just going to give you an example of courts around this country since Rodriquez have found that the officer lawfully extended the traffic stop in order to get a K9 on scene. Now, how long do you have to get that K9 on scene? In most states, it's whatever is reasonable. There is no time limit. I've seen cases over an hour. I've seen cases at 30 minutes. I've seen cases that say, under these circumstances, it was 10 minutes. There is no time limit. The only place that has a time limit, and there's cops in the room behind me, is Nevada. You have 60 minutes total to get that K9 out there. But Nevada is a unique state in that sense. No other state, to my knowledge, has a strict rule like that. But I'm going to read just examples of states that said, hey, courts have said, hey, look, if you have reasonable suspicion that's developed during the traffic stop, you can absolutely detain them while the dog is en route. And you just have to be diligent for that scene. So, yes, it could add some time. It's going to add some time to the traffic stop. A case called Garcia out of Maine. A case called Green out of the Third Circuit. A case called Bastardo out of the Fifth Circuit. Louisiana. Now I'm going to start naming some states. Kentucky, Michigan. This is the Seventh Circuit. South Dakota, Nebraska, Utah, Indiana, and so forth. So the list goes on and on and on. So guys, for those people who are thinking to themselves, man, after Rodriquez, we can't even extend the traffic stop for reasonable suspicion, that is not correct. The rule here is that you're in a very tight situation here where you stop it. You can't go off mission unless you have reasonable suspicion. But if you do develop reasonable suspicion, you can then do what? Expand the traffic stop to pursue those that reasonable suspicion. If that also includes bringing out a dog on scene, you can do it without question. Just make sure you have reasonable suspicion for that narcotic activity. Okay. If you have any more questions, if this area is still confusing or uncertain to you, all you got to do is put some comments in the YouTube comments or reach out to us at bluetogold.com, use the chat function and get some clarification and so forth. Okay. All right. Keep doing that great job out there. Keep us safe and so forth. And I'll see you guys next time.